Going into the week, nobody knew what to expect. All the polls were saying that the blue and white party challenging Netanyahu's Likud party was actually slightly ahead in the polls. However, Netanyahu is known as a great finisher, and finish he did. He made some promises. He promised that he would annex the settlements that are not yet annexed and a part of Israel. He promised there would never be a Palestinian state. Now the big question is, was that so much political jargon, or could it in fact happen? Now we've already seen a couple of very interesting developments within the last year, and that is that the United States of America recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital and then moved our embassy there on May the 14th of 2018. And then within the last couple of weeks, President Trump recognized the Golan Heights as part of Israel proper. So this is a big deal. Many people think that President Trump made that move just about a week or two before the elections in order to help Netanyahu's reelection, and it certainly looked that way. After the election, and after it was obvious that Netanyahu would continue as Israel's prime minister, Trump said, well, I'm glad this has happened because we think we have a better shot at implementing our peace deal with Netanyahu at the helm. Now, this was so interesting for him to say that. Because supposedly the peace deal hasn't been made known to anybody, at least in full. So why would President Trump say that he thought with Netanyahu at the wheel that it would be easier to get a deal with the Palestinians and the other Arab neighbors? Ladies and gentlemen, you know as well as I do that they've been talking. Now, not only has Trump been talking to Netanyahu, but Trump's agents, Jared Kushner, Jason Greenblatt, they have been going from nation to nation, from Jordan to Saudi Arabia, to Kuwait, to the United Arab Emirates, to Bahrain, to Egypt. They have been discussing this big plan. They've been working on this plan for almost 2 years. Actually, it has been 2 years now. So it's a big, big deal. A peace deal. Now, I'd like to remind you, it's a big deal prophetically, because if they sign this peace agreement, it's the one prophecy we have with a timeline attached to it. If they sign this peace agreement, this will mark the beginning of the final 7 years to the Battle of Armageddon and the physical return of Jesus Christ to this earth. Think about that. I mean, he left 2,000 years ago, but he promised he would someday come back in like manner as we have seen him go. If they sign this peace agreement, and it could happen within the rest of this year or sometime next year, I'm not predicting, I'm just saying that's the possibility. If so, we begin the final 7 years